Hey Central, Pastor Matt here. Today we're going to continue our Faith in Life series that we started a few weeks ago. Hopefully you found these little segments helpful. Today I want to talk a little bit about, it's going to sound weird, the who and the why. You know, when it comes to each of our lives, we didn't get a chance to pick who our parents were going to be. We didn't get a chance to pick what our socioeconomic situation, what country we would be born in, how tall we were going to be, our IQ, or even our skin color. None of those things that we get to pick. That God chose those things for us. But then we have a responsibility now that we've been given those gifts and those things of what we're going to do, how we're going to respond with the circumstances and with the potentials and all that God has given us. And you know, sometimes we ask ourselves in the midst of that, well, why? Why did God make me like this? Or why am I in the situation I'm in? And sometimes it's a real head scratcher because we don't know. I mean, we're all living in a why right now. When we think about the COVID and lockdowns, and for a lot of people struggling with maybe jobs or kids at home and doing school online, and the fact that you don't have the freedoms to enjoy that you had before, it's easy to begin to ask the why question. Well, why is it like this? Why is my life like this right now? And it reminds me of the story of a guy named Job. We talked about this on Sunday, but Job was a faithful follower of God. He was blessed materially and physically in a lot of ways. God had given him a lot of stuff. But one day, Satan decided to, he's talking to God, and God says, have you considered my servant Job? There's no one like him on the face of the earth, a faithful follower of mine, one who worships me fully. And Satan says, the only reason that happens is because you've been good to him. But if you were to remove your hand, then he would curse you to your face. And so God gives Satan permission to do that, and Job loses everything in the process. And throughout Job's life, he never finds out the why. He just knows the impact of the why, right? He's suffering after suffering, loss after loss, calamity after calamity, disaster after disaster that happens to him. And he loses absolutely everything. But here's the thing. Even though Job didn't know the why, he knew the who. And when you know the who, then the why, you can trust that the who knows the why. And the why is not as important. When you know God and you know him as a father, when you know him as a creator and as your savior, then the why is not as important anymore, because you know that he is taking care of things. He promises us in Romans that he's working all things together for good. Not just some, but all of them. Somehow he's weaving them together for our ultimate good, to make us like Jesus and to conform us to his image. And so that God has a purpose in the why. So if you find yourself this week asking the question, why? Why are things this way? Why is my life this way? I just don't understand this. Remember the who. Remember that you can trust God, that through this whole time, that he is someone who is going to be faithful and who's going to carry out his purposes for your good and his glory. Hopefully we'll get to see you this weekend at 9:30 online or on our campus at 5 o'clock. Otherwise, have a great week.